What's up, everybody? I know it's been a while since I gave an update of my progress at Full Sail University. Sorry about that. A lot of things have been going on. I am currently right now in Canada, Newfoundland, Canada. I guess that's where it's at, St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada, for work. But recap, finish up from the English composition from month, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, month 5, I think, no, 4, 2, yeah, month 4. Finished that one up from the last one and go over month 5, which was Introduction to Digital Cinematography. All right, English composition wasn't a bad class. Don't remember everything about the class except for the fact that that was a class that I lost my 4.0 grade point average on. Yeah, sucks. Missed it by 1.5 points. I lost my grade point average by. So no, I'm overall, but I lost my 4.0 because I didn't score. I needed to score 1.5 more points in the class to keep my grade point average. But I mean, I got all 90s and 100s, 195 in there. Finished out the class with a 93.5 grade point average. A. Just didn't get my A plus for my 4.0. The class wasn't necessarily bad. It's English class, so you got to write a lot. My biggest complaint about this class was the idea that it's an English class. Now, I am well past high school. I took high school like 15 years ago, roughly. I don't remember all that stuff from English class. No, I've developed bad habits over the years. I'm not saying I'm necessarily a terrible writer, but you pick up bad habits. You don't practice proper English and proper writing, So I kind of recapped what I needed to know and learned a lot from it. My complaint was that, and I even told us the instructors in the evaluation after the class, was it's an English class. Yeah, granted, we should know a lot of this stuff already, but some people haven't used these skills in a long time. They need refreshers. So let me see what I did wrong. If I got to write a term paper or a paper or whatever, you grade it, and I get 10 points off of it. Why? Why did I get 10 points off of it? No, that was my biggest complaint about the class. I'm disappointed I lost my 4.0 because of the class, but I still got I have a 3.90 now. After this class, I had a 3.88. Hint to the next class, what I got in that class. So I still kept an A average. I'm still happy with that. And I kind of figured I'd lose my 4.0 sometime. So, and I figured it'd be either English or math class. So I lost in the English class. It is what it is. And moving on from that, we had a lot of the stuff we had to do in that class was the profile makeover, which I talked about a little bit on that other last video I did for school. One cool thing we did for this class was we had to do one week we had to do a personal narrative, write it up like a page long personal narrative of why we chose the field we chose. Was it inspiration? What was it? Was it a person, was it a director, or was it a certain video game? What was it that caused us to go into this field? Wanted us to go into this field. We did that 1 week as far as writing it. 1 week, the next week, I think it was, we had to come up with a creative composition for it. In other words, we had different options you could pick from. You could either do a film, a music, a song. You do a video game, write a story, something along those lines. You had several options to pick from. Then you told your personal narrative through that medium. I chose a short film for obvious reasons. So I had to pick a medium, and we had to pitch the idea, and we had to write a script for it, or do a story, like a comic book storyboard for it, if you would do a comic book, or write a rough draft of the story. We had to do some kind of planning situation with it, and we also had to show something. Like I had to actually shoot video, a little bit of video for the project. It had to be complete. It had to give a rough idea. No, it was a rough draft. So, did that 1 week. Then we had to get feedback on it. So I had to post up a video on YouTube or songs to SoundCloud or some, make it available for others to see it in some kind of way. And then we had to critique everybody's work. We had to pick something and critique it. Make suggestions, say what you like, say what you don't like. So that was pretty interesting. Then I'm trying to remember exactly what all we had to do. Then of course you had to take, going back to the whole critiquing thing. That one was kind of hard because these discussion boards you kind of had to reply. You had to give your input and take input, and you had to compare and take the advice from other people and see how you're going to use it for yourself. Like 1 week we had to critique somebody else's work. The following week we had to take the critiques that people put on your work and then make it better. Make your project better. My problem is that of all the people in my class, I think nobody else did a short film. Besides, there was the only person that did a short film. I've had people do stories. People did a lot of people did songs. They wrote songs. There's some pretty good ones too. Somebody wrote a comic book, the comic strip thing. Nobody did a video game, so I'm not surprised by that. Somebody did something with Motion 5. They did some kind of graphic design thing, which I didn't get a chance to see it, but they did that. So I had nobody doing a short film, so I had nothing to go by. Like nobody. I had one person give me input, and that was cool, but I couldn't take something from somebody else because nobody did a short film. But I managed. I won it. I got 100, I think, on that. 100 on the discussion board. So it was all good. And then of course the final project was the adding everything together, putting it all together, put the final product, everything together, and you get grade on it. Of course, you had to do a reflection of the class, what you learned, copy your script or your lyrics or whatever it was, and post a video, song, book, whatever it is, some kind of sharing site or whatever, like YouTube, Vimeo, SoundCloud, Google Documents or something. However you do, depending on what you did. My final project grade wasn't necessarily bad. I thought I could have got a better score than what I did, but I knew I had mistakes in it, so I'm not complaining about it that much. I got a 90 on it. One of the problems I had was I had to do some voiceover work on it, and the video's in YouTube, but you feel free to look at it if you want to. I'll try to post a link on it or something, or give you a link to it, or just look at my channel and you'll see it on there. I actually had the rough draft and the final project on there. I had to do a lot of voiceover work because the way I did my story. And because of my job I have now and my crazy scheduling and the idea of getting my actors and me on the same schedule to work with them was hard. So the Saturday before it was due, it probably was due on a Monday, I believe. And the Saturday before it was due, I had to stay up to about 5 in the morning doing the last editing, last voiceover work, and putting it all together. And you could definitely tell, especially in my voice, because I was tired. So that was the problem one. Problem two was the music I put into it. I didn't adjust the levels well enough, I guess you say, because they got a lot of points where The music got way too much, way louder than the dialogue or the monologue did, so it kind of took away from everything. But it's it's a learning process. I never said I was a professional with this yet. That's why I'm at school, so I'm gonna learn it and I'm gonna get better at it. But I got a lot of good compliments about it. And the one thing people complained about the most was the music being too loud, which totally understandable. I agree. Music was too loud. I'll fix it. I'll work on it more. So that's that. Uh, Finished that class with 3.5, lost my 4.0. Enough of that one. Next class, Introduction to Digital Cinematography. Digital Cinematography. This class, I really enjoyed this class because being new to this field, compared to other people, I know who the director is. I know who the producer is. I know who, well, I kind of know who the producer was. I kind of knew certain things like the cameraman. Who's the cameraman? Cameraman operates the camera. Ooh, no big deal. But who's the first AD? Who's all these different people on the credits? You're rolling down the screen. Who are these people? Who's the gaffers? Who are these people? Who's the grips? I really didn't understand that. As crazy as it may sound, it's like, what are you doing this degree program? You don't understand what these people are. Like, well, you learn. That's why I'm here. So it was really cool class because I got to learn a lot about that kind of stuff. The very first week, the first assignment was the crew position assignment, where we had to pick 2 over the line and 2 under the line, or the 1 over and 1 under. I don't know. I think it was 1 over and 1 under position, and say why you want to be it, who's your influence, blah 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 blah. Make a video on it. Again, that video is on YouTube as well. Check it out if you want to. I got 100 on that assignment, so that was good. They had quizzes in this class. It was an open book, so it was really easy. I got all hundreds on that. All my grades in this class were 100s, with the exception of one, because I messed it up and I put something in the wrong spot because I really didn't quite understand what they were saying when they were trying to explain the question to me. But I got it. I understand it now, even though I missed one question on assignment, so I lost some points. Got 96% on that test. Finished the class with 99.60, A+. That was good. Some interesting things I learned about this class, was we did storyboards in this class, which I understood. I knew what storyboards were, but it was kind of cool actually having it kind of taught to you, and how they actually work, what they tell you, which I kind of knew that one. I was like one of the minor things. That was cool that we covered it though. One cool thing I did learn was script breakdowns, of how to do script breakdowns with the color codes, the eighth of the pages and stuff like that. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Really cool stuff, especially in the whole planning stage. It's really, really important to do all that stuff. To say who your characters are, their speaking characters, silent characters, extra things you're gonna need, like for props and wardrobe and all that good stuff. Really interesting stuff to me. I knew they had to do something about it, though, but actually seeing it and actually doing a script breakdown, was really helpful. They had to do some research on different things as far as companies in the industry, who they are, where they came from, the history, what have they contributed so far, what's their plans for the future, stuff like that. The last thing for this class was another video shoot. Had to do. What was it that we had to do? Oh, we had to do an instructional video of some sort. Your choice of what you want to be. Or you had to do. I'm trying to remember exactly. See if I could bring it up. The assignment. The exact assignment was, because I don't really remember what the exact assignment was. Oh, what was the assignment? I don't remember now. We had to, I did instruction. I also remember I did an instructional video on how to make cake. It had to be 4 to 6 minutes long, and the whole idea was to. It started we did the storyboards. It had a storyboard. All right, we had to pitch an idea to a company, right? Then after we pitched the idea to the company, we had to do a storyboard on it. Plan it out, obviously. Storyboards, shot lists, things of that nature. And then for the final project, we had to actually shoot, the video. That was pretty cool. Got 100 on that one. It had you had to encompass at least 5 different types of shots. Whether it be a close up, extreme close up, over the shoulder. You had to come up with at least 5 different shots with that one. Like I said, 4 to 6 minutes. Couldn't go for 6 minutes. And we also had to do a invoice, which was interesting. As they explained to us in class, if you start up your own independent company or however, you gotta get paid some kind of way. So they wanted you to come up with an invoice, for one day of shooting, 10 to 12 hours of shooting, and charge the client. So they had to do that. That was pretty cool. Yeah. Like I said, I did pretty well in that class. Like a 99.60 in that class, and got my grade point back up to 3.9. That's the month 5. Month 6 is where I'm at now. I am halfway done with that class, which was college mathematics. Again, from the last video, this is one of the classes I thought I feared the most. I'm so far ahead in this class as far as what I gotta get done. I haven't touched it in like 2 or 3 days now, and I've got hundreds on everything so far. It's a pretty easy class so far. It uses the Alex website. They'll explain it all to you, or look it up on Google it, whatever you gotta do. Approaching almost 18 minutes on this video already. But anyway, you got different modules in the thing. You got to do different problems. You got to take a pre-assessment test. Don't worry, it's not that bad. Then you work on the modules. The system tells you exactly, kind of gauges where you're at and what you need to work on more. So you do that. You do the modules. They had like 2 discussion board, graded discussion boards. I did the first one. I got the second one I got to do is due next Sunday. So I'm working on that. But my module 1's finished. Got module 2 left to do, which I'm over halfway done with that one already. It's just I thought it'd be a lot harder than what it was. But the computer system we use, the website we use, actually teaches you a lot, things you don't remember. Actually, if you need help with it, it'll break it down for you. This class also offers live online classes where you talk with an instructor, and you need help with a problem, they'll help you out. So I haven't used it yet because I haven't had any problems with it, but it's there, it's available for you. So that's always a good thing. And I think that is about it. My next class after this one is storytelling, which that one I'm looking forward to it, but at the same time I'm kind of getting antsy about it because, again, it's telling stories, and I like telling stories though. But how picky are they going to be with it? How hard they're going to be about things, and it's going to be good to learn how to actually put the story together, make it more fluid, if you will, which shouldn't be too bad. Until next time, again, sorry for the delay, a lot of stuff going on. So until next time, peace.